Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Adams Rite number 4015 threshold bolt is what this is. So the entire threshold bolt is basically a piece of threaded rod. It's about 4 foot long, something in that range. You know what? No reason to guess. Let me just tell you exactly. The overall length of the rod to the bottom of the bolt itself is about 45.5. So I'm measuring from where the rod is down to the tip of the bolt. So it's a 1/4 threaded rod, certainly, with that captive bolt head that's down there. Not captive, I'm sure it's threaded on. But then you've got the linkage piece that's here. And the linkage piece is going to connect, is going to be the part that connects to the lock body itself through this hole and the rolled pin that are included. And as you manipulate your door lock, you can either retract or throw this threshold bolt down into the threshold. This is exactly what this is for. That takes a situation where you have a single point lock in the center of the door, or about the center of the door, and you're adding a second point of latching down in the base, in the threshold of the door as well, which significantly improves the security of the door, is what it is. So this standard 4015 is the sister product to the 4016, the header bolt. You can take this 2-point operation and make it into a 3-point lock by including the 4016 into the mix as well. Okay, you're going to be able to accommodate the standard threshold bolt rod is sufficient length for a cylinder height up to 53 7/16. You could have that, but that's awfully tall off the floor. So from the threshold to your cylinder, 53 7/16. You will certainly have to trim this rod down to suit, because you're not going to be able to run that rod all the way up through the lock body as I adjust it. Okay, so keep that in mind. Exact adjustment of the threaded rod to cylinder height is located in place by the hexagonal threshold bolt. This is going to include the bolt guide, okay, this is going to be installed in the hollow style of the aluminum door. Your bolt will go through here. This hexagon shape will keep the rod from spinning. Okay, you're going to get 4 screws. You only need 2. 2 are in chrome, 2 are in dark bronze. That's to suit the color of your door. Okay. Now there is an optional 4005 strike. When they say is available, that means it's not included. You have to buy that separately if you want the 4005 strike. The 4015 bolt, when adding it to a MS style deadbolt, the 1850S, the 1850SN, the 1850S-050, the SN050, the MS1950, the MS1950-050, allows for maximum security of they say a pair of doors by the turn of a single key, simultaneously dropping a stainless steel hex bolt into the threshold and pivoting the massive MS bolt into the mating doors style. The 2-point lock secures the entire double door entrance. The 4015 threshold bolt is harnessed to the rear of the pivoted bolt. It may be added to any basic MS 1850S or MS 1850SN. And again, that rolled pin. There's a link below this video, and I've been cheating, I've not told you. There's a link below this video to a document called Template, and it's indicated and shown on page 2 where this is going to work with the lock mechanism. Now they're saying that it's going to secure a pair of doors, and it will certainly bring security to a pair of doors, but you're reinforcing the lock preparation, or the position of the active door, or at least the door with the bolt itself. Okay, so 360-degree turn of a key or a thumb turn in the basic MS lock throws the counterbalanced bolt into the opposite door and drop bolt the 4015 into the threshold. Key can be removed only when the bolts are in a positively locked or unlocked position, meaning all the pieces inside the lock body need to fully get to where they are, either locked or fully unlocked. Otherwise, you can't get the key out of the cylinder, which certainly is a good thing. If you've got the key in your hand and you left work for the day, you either never locked it or you know it's locked, meaning there's no, oh gosh, I know I put the key in, but I'm not sure if it locked. In page 2 gives you the cross section of how that looks and shows you where the preparation needs to be done in the aluminum style for those screws in terms of dimensional properties. Adding this to a door is easy, it's simple, and it's straightforward. The how to order is on the bottom of page 2, and the 4015-18 fully threaded rod for cutoff to any cylinder height below 53 inch. For greater height or pre-cut rod or high volume use, specify exact cylinder height. Meaning this. You may not want to cut this rod at all. Okay. Indicate we can accommodate by placing an order for a different item for a 4015, but where you specify your cylinder height. And that's going to be shown as it is on page 2, where they're going to cut the rod for you. Now, if you're going to cut this rod yourself, if you're an expert, ignore what I'm about to say. What I like to do is I'll run a 1/4-20 nut down onto the shaft. I will then cut it to where it needs to be cut. I'll take that nut and back it off, and in the process of removing that nut, I will clean the threads. And in that case, I'm always sure that I've not damaged the threads as I'm cutting it. So I might be just using a grinding tool, a small little Dremel style tool for doing that, just for going too fast, and rather than taking a hacksaw and cutting it more slowly. Common item, and is a great idea to add security, because in an aluminum door, it's not unusual that you can kind of get your hands underneath it and pull it, and you've only got one door to secure it. In a pair of doors, you're going to have probably flush bolts. Okay, so you've got top and bottom inactive door secured, the bolt sticking into the inactive door here, but that active door top and bottom does not have any secure anchoring hardware to the frame and to the threshold itself. The 4015 and the 4016 provide that. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Adams Rite products that we sell, but a link to their product catalog, which is incredibly handy because it's the overall product offering of electric strikes, aluminum storefront hardware, exit devices, electrified lock sets. Also a link to the manufacturer's website, but for me personally, the most valuable document is the parts manual that is there. A hallmark of Adams Rite, and the reason that I'm partial to them for lots of items that I could otherwise buy elsewhere, is because they publish the parts drawings for everything that's available, and they make it so that you can get right to it. The bottom line is this: if you have an electric strike or an MS series lock that's failed, get the parts drawing, determine exactly from that, and then be able to rebuild your lock, continuing to get useful service out of the significant investment in door hardware. Exit devices are costly. Electric strikes are costly. If all you need is a spring, that's why I'm partial to Adams Rite. Well, plus also they have excellent technical support. Their folks there are 100% of the time responsive, so thank you very much. Any questions on the Adams Rite 4015 threshold bolt or any other Adams Rite product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.